This is Kaia McKenna, the conduit of karma. And if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, we all love wrestling.
I love wrestling.
Check this out.
And if you love wrestling,
we love wrestling. Watch that.
I'm even rapping.
We love wrestling.
We love wrestling.
If you love wrestling, we love wrestling.
I'm making noise now. I'm making noise now.
Welcome to Women in Wrestling. Ooh. Y'all heard us talking before, there's somebody who makes sure her hygiene is good when she's at a show.
Nice smelling witch.
Hold on, you smell like what?
I said I'm a nice smelling witch.
Oh. That's
Smell
another
good.
one. You see her on social media, she be like, I think it's bad bitch, good witch, that she says. Is
Yeah.
that it?
That's my new energy that I've brought into my comeback is good witch, bad bitch. I am nice, I am cute, I smell nice, but I will end your life. Like, I will. I'm different in that ring. I'm very nice outside of that ring. In that ring, though, I'm all business these days. I don't have to be nice to you in there.
Yeah, with this Kaia McKenna. Oh, man. About her not being nice. I mean, since you've been back, last time we talked to you was in 2021, and then right after, like a few weeks later, you got hurt. So
I did.
I have to ask. Well, before that, we always ask, "Why do you love wrestling?" Kaia told us last time, and you could probably click the link right there, that the reason she loves wrestling is the stories got her into it. She liked the storytelling part of it. So but Kaia, being out so long and coming back, it's been so long since we talked to you on the show.
Yeah.
How was that for you?
I will tell you, when you have an injury that keeps you out for a year to a year and a half, that's not like, oh, my knee hurts, so I'm just going to chill for a month, or oh, my elbow hurts or whatever, so I'm just going to hang out for 6 weeks. It's that's a long period of time to not be actively wrestling. And in that time, you kind of have a perspective change, if that makes sense, right? So over the course of the year and a half that I was out doing rehab and physical therapy and preparing to come back to the ring, I had a big perspective change. And part of that was I took it very, very personally that there were people in wrestling that were in the same spot when I came back as they were when I left. And they had a whole year and a half to do something, right? To put themselves out there. They had nothing that was hindering them, right? They didn't have an injury like mine that was preventing them maybe from doing some certain activities or things, right? They could have done something and they didn't do shit. And that was very frustrating for me as a very motivated go-getting individual that likes to go out there and do shit. So when you have the ability and you're just simply not maximizing that, and you're not taking advantage of opportunities, and you're not pushing yourself to be at the next level, you're just mucking up the system, right? Why are you here? Why are you wasting time? Why are you wasting my time? Why are you wasting your time? I took it very personally, and I told myself when I came back to the ring, I was not going to be in the same spot when I came back as I was a year from now. I was going to be right on top of the world. I was going to hit the ground running. I was going to have great matches. I was going to try to get out to every territory I wished I could have been at when I was on the shelf. I was really going to reach out, grab wrestling by the throat, and make it give me what I wanted. So that's kind of been my mentality shift since I've come back. It's I just don't have time to play games with people. I don't have time to not bust my ass, to not work hard, to not be getting after it every single day. If that's you, that's fine, but that's not me. I'm not built like that.
You came back, and not when you came back, but one of your recent matches, you got jumped by, was it 3 or 4 at CCW?
Oh yeah, I had a fatal 4-way at CCW, and it's I was supposed to be in that match. I had unfinished business with Paris Von Dale that I was very looking forward to wrapping up. I was ready to beat her down and put her in the ground. I was mad as hell, and I was on a mission because I had just come back from a shoulder injury, and you're going to try to mess my shoulder up in our first match. Smart of you to try to exploit it, but man, that lit something under me. So I came into that match with like business I wanted to take care of, and then she didn't show up, and I was stuck with these other 3 unfortunate chicks, and I was like, all right, taking it out on the 3 of you. Ran through them, and I can't wait to get my hands on her in October. It's happening. She can't outrun me. Can't outrun karma. It will hunt your ass down every time.
Dora, when she said she ran through the person, you know, so I've seen her do the move before, but I was sitting there watching it, and she does a pounce. And I was like, oh, why she just knocked Jordy like that? I got so hype about it, though.
It depends. If I can get up under you, you're going to fly. It's going to be a pounce. But guess what? Even if I can't get up underneath of you, you ever see Larry Fitzgerald do a hit stick? Because I call it the broomstick, and I'm going to run right through your ass. So get with it or get rolled over. Like, it's going to happen. You're going flying, you're getting smushed, you're getting taken down. Like, when I channel all that energy and I unleash it like that, it is a very explosive result.
I like that.
She ain't lying, people.
That's so cool. I live in Texas, so I have to like just see everything everyone does like online or get it from him from like the East Coast and stuff like that and North. So,
well, Texas is very, very large. It's almost like its own territory, even though it's one state, right? It's so massive, and there's so many promotions that run there. Like, you could literally make a career out of working Texas. Like, it's a thing.
A lot of people do. So yes, I completely understand.
Dora, come on, get in here. You started up, you know.
Okay, I got this. Yes. Okay. So I just asked, like, I have like maybe one wrestling related question, I would say, just because I changed up a question. But other than that, it's just, we're just trying to get to know you. Or again, know you, since it's your second interview. So.
Reconnect. We're reconnecting.
Exactly. Reconnecting.
Yeah.
Catching up. Chewing the fat.
But
so
I do
we'll
have to say, hold on, Dora, I do have to tell her. She asked you some random questions, but when I told Dora that and showed her the picture, she was like, oh my God, it's a witch. Yeah.
That's what I said. Like, yes, I love it.
So
I have that magic in me.
It's gonna be fun. I said, I hope
people say they have that dog in them. I've got that magic in me.
Yes,
I don't need a dog. I got magic.
I always feel like whenever I hear that phrase, I think of like Wishbone. I don't know if you ever watched.
Yeah, I remember Wishbone.
That's my dog in me. That's the dog I have in me. So
the dog in you.
I'm a little
Wishbone.
romantic, but a little adventurous. So, okay. So these are like simple. Like, what is your favorite food? It can be a full meal too, because I know some people are like spaghetti and fish. Like they got some stuff that they want to say. So.
Oh, pizza. I eat pizza like 2-3 times a week. I love pizza. Pizza is a cornerstone of my diet. I like it because you can like hit all your food groups, and really you can hit macros on pizza. I like all kinds of pizza. I like deep dish. I like thin crust. I like cauliflower crust, as I've recently discovered. I was very against it because I was like, this isn't pizza. This is bullshit. And then I was like, actually, this is kind of crunchy and I like it. Like I take all of the shit I talked on cauliflower crust back. It's okay.
Take it back.
Yeah, and like you can put like all different, like you can make anything can be a pizza, right? Like you make a taco pizza is super big out here in the Midwest, right? So if you like tacos and pizza, you just put them together. So I love pizza. I'm pizza queen. Pardon me?
Were you the one who posted the taco pizza?
Yeah, so it's a thing that's like, I guess I'm going to assume that it started in the Quad Cities, which would be like Davenport, Iowa, where I'm currently living, Moline, Illinois. And it's like a pizza, and it has like refried beans and ground beef, like basically all the taco toppings on a pizza crust. And it is so delicious. It is so good.
What kind of sauce is it like salsa sauce?
Taco sauce. Yeah, they put like salsa on it and taco sauce.
So I like that.
It's like a pico almost.
That sounds delicious, actually.
I
love any kind of taco form things.
It's fire. It's so good. Because my favorite food used to be tacos, but then once I figured out you can put a taco on a pizza, I was like, well, now it's just pizza.
Now it's just pizza.
Now it's just pizza. I can get tacos and pizza in the same blow. 2 birds, 1 stone. So we're good.
I love that. Okay. So the next one is, do you have a favorite song?
A favorite song?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. I don't really know, because I really love music in general, and I listen to so much. Actually, you know what? I really like this song that just came on the radio as I'm sitting in my car. I love metal. I love metalcore. I grew up like a metalcore kid. Shadows Fall, Of One Blood, good little throwback song to my days of youth. excellent band. I don't think it's my favorite song ever, but I will do that. Oh, and then Hatebreed just came on. I love me some Hatebreed too.
Ooh.
There we go. Look at that.
And like
Radio's
that.
killing it today.
Okay, so this is one of my newer questions. It's gonna tie into that one. So, if you could have anyone, any singer, write and like produce your entrance song, who would you get to do it?
Oh,
what a
easy.
question.
Stevie Nicks. Stevie Nicks.
Ooh,
Easy. Easy.
Easy. Would you pick
Who
one of
else
her
could do
songs
the
that she
job?
already has, or would you have her write you like a whole?
No, I would want my own little witchy
Yes,
song
okay.
that I know that she would make absolutely magical.
Oh, that would be so
So,
cool too. Oh my gosh,
yes.
that's a good answer. That's a good answer. Okay, so this one's kind of like I've always asked this question, but it's like it goes with like the vibes of the witchy stuff.
Mhm.
So if you could get reincarnated as anything, what would you be reincarnated as? It can be any animal, like even like a mythical creature, also just any kind of animal that you would like to be
Any kind of
reincarnated as.
animal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, there's so many animals I like for so many different reasons. Maybe a hare. Like I would love to be a hare because it's like they have the ability to traverse across the veil. And I think that it would be really cool to have that type of connection with both worlds. I mean, obviously, as a witch, you do sort of have that connection, but there are some
Yeah.
animals that have a stronger connection to the veil than others. And I think that would be a very peaceful but powerful creature to be reincarnated as.
I like that. I like that.
And they're
Okay.
very beautiful. They're very elegant. You know.
Have you heard because I just finished this show, I binge watched it, A Discovery of Witches. I think it's like I believe it was either on MGN or HBO Max, but it was like 4 seasons and it was based off a book. And it's just a teacher that works at Oxford, and she realizes like her witch's powers got binded by her parents because she was one of the more powerful witches and she didn't know. But her dad was also like a time walker. So when they did go back in time in the future and stuff, he ended up seeing what was going to happen and everything. So when they had her, they like binded her and then got killed. It's a really good show, friend. Like
I'm gonna have to check it out. I've not watched it. Admittedly, I've not watched a lot of TV or Netflix or anything like that. I'm very busy. I work a full-time job, which is in democratic politics, so this time of year is very busy for me.
Yes.
But like I literally, when I say I wake up and go to the gym, and I literally am in that Black and Brave gym like 8 hours every day during the week, I am. Like, I'm in there training, I'm in there lifting, I'm in there running, crossfitting. Like, I want to be the best I can be, so that's where I spend my time now. And then honestly, because I do computer work when I do get free time and I'm not in the gym and I'm not on my computer, I just want to like not be in front of technology. I just want to like sit outside and relax and just like listen to birds, drink a beer, like touch grass. Yeah. When you spend a good chunk of your time in front of technology, it's just very draining mentally almost. It makes your eyes tired, your brain hurts. It's like, oh God, I just need to not be in front of a screen.
Yeah,
for a little
decompress
bit. So,
and just get away from everything.
Yeah, I like to read witchy books. Like actually paper, hard copy books. I enjoy not being in front of a computer or a screen when it's my turn to just be away from it. So maybe that's why I'm not a huge TV person. I like sports though. I do like sports. So,
do you have a favorite
Commanders
sports
fan.
team?
Probably like I'm from Washington D.C. So I would say like Commanders, Capitals, Nationals. I'm a DC fan through and through. He's like, I'm out. Get out of here.
Everyone can like whoever they want, Trey. Okay, goodness gracious. Okay. So my next question is, do you have a favorite smell?
I love like a vetiver or like something very woodsy, like a patchouli smell. I like anything like that per se. I like a little bit of a warm amber note to it. I just think that there's something very grounding about those sort of scents that brings a sense of peace to you. I know that like when I buy perfume, that's something that I look for specifically, is that type of scent, because that's what I enjoy smelling like and being around. I don't like anything that's like very overly sweet. Like I don't want anything vanilla or cotton candy or any of that.
Yes, I don't like vanilla smell too.
No, it's not my deal.
I just don't want to smell like it. Is what
it made like the smell makes me think of. Do you remember like I mean, I might be making myself sound super old here with this, but I remember in the 90s there were like these juice bar like kids fragrances, and they were just so sickeningly sweet. And like I just anytime I smell a real sweet scent, like that's what I think. So I'm just like, I
Like,
can't, no. I just think there's
oh,
like
sorry.
with that scent too, like it's very mature, it's very confident, it's very self-assured. You know, it's not like very attention seeking, it's
Mhm,
subtle. And I just feel like those sorts of scents align well with my personality. That was probably
mhm.
way more complex of an answer
No,
for
no,
her.
I'm glad you
Yeah.
had it because some people don't like, they're like, what do you mean to smell? And I'm like, it's okay if you don't have an answer. So for you to have an
I like
in-depth answer,
coffee.
thank you. Because
I
yes,
love the smell of coffee. I love the smell of coffee.
oh, me
Coffee
too,
smells
me
so
too, me
good.
too. Yes. Okay, so this will be my last question, I believe.
Okay.
Who or what can always make you smile? Like when you're having the worst day, like you think nothing's gonna make you feel better, but this, who or what can make you feel better?
Oh my God, my pug, Empress. She loves me no matter what. I could be having the most shit day, and she's just like, I'm sorry you feel bad, pet me. Like, I love her so much. I feel like she has so much love in her eyes. She always knows when I need her, and she can like can her attitude for like 5 minutes to comfort me and do her puppy duty. I love when you hold her, and I feel like I can smell her fur, and there's just like this comforting scent of like familiarity. She's just so wonderful, and like I could literally have the worst day ever, but if I get to spend time with my dog at the end of the day, it just makes me very, very, very happy.
That's one of my kids' dream dog is either a pug or a bulldog. So that's like our future pet. If I had
I'll
never had,
tell you, pug will work your ass over.
I know. Oh my gosh, I
Like,
know. I have a
they're
lot
very
of friends.
stubborn,
Oh my gosh, I used to.
very strong personality in that dog. That's a tiny ass dog with a lot of balls. Like, oh my God.
I had an owner
She,
of the one of the companies I used to work for a few years ago. He had a pug, and he would bring his every time we had like meetings. He would just bring the dog,
mhm.
and I'd have to watch the dog, and the dog would just sit on my lap, and he just liked it
Aw.
though. He was a
Yeah,
good
they
boy.
like
He
to
was a very good
chill.
boy. Hmm.
Yeah, they like to chill. She doesn't like need a lot of attention in the sense of like she doesn't need to be played with. She doesn't need to go on long walks. She
Hmm.
doesn't need you to dote on her. Like she likes to go out, do her business, and then get back up on the couch and like lay in the air conditioning and watch her shows. Like she's very low key.
Just like me, for real. I love that.
Yeah,
That's
she's
all the
not
stuff.
energetic at all. Pugs are not known for their energy. Um,
Okay. Okay, that's all my questions that I have.
yes.
That's
I
all
know
your
we threw
questions.
some wild cards in there, but we got it done. We got it done.
Kaia,
Bless you.
yeah.
Oh,
You haven't had that match yet that you wanted.
No,
That dream match.
I have not. It's
If you
okay. I
don't
just got to
know people,
keep dreaming. I just got to keep dreaming, right? I just
if
got
you
to keep
don't know
dreaming.
people, I'm gonna make y'all wait.
yes, please
Go
make me
watch
aware.
the last episode to see who we talked about. But we got a thing called Square Circle.
I thought it was gonna happen, and then it did not fall into place. But something equally as cool did happen. I did have an equally as awesome match in place of it. But maybe one day. Just keep hoping.
We got a few conventions that I'll be at that that person has been at and had matches.
Mm.
So I've been throwing names out there for matches at different places, and that's one like when I was listening to this actually on my drive home from Chicago, because I saw Kaia at All Out
Yeah.
weekend. You know what I'm saying? We had a good
Yes.
good day.
Starcast was great. I enjoyed it. That was fun.
And I was like, yo, she's gonna come back on the pod. I was like, I remember some things, but let me go back and just dig around for some more. So it's a little some things that go on. So we've been talking to some people. We're gonna try to make that happen for you.
I mean, I'm in the Midwest through October now, so I have a bunch of bookings hopefully that are lining up for October. I'm very excited about it.
That was about to be my next thing. You are in the Midwest till October.
I am. I absolutely am.
How you feel about that, guy? I mean, the Midwest is about to start getting a little cold out here.
Yeah, I'll be gone when that happens. I'll be like, oh, November, later, going back east. Y'all can
Yeah.
keep your snow.
Yes, keep the snow for sure over there, please.
I will tell you, I like to see it. It's very, very pretty. And I'm fine with there being snow as long as I don't have to go out and do shit in the snow. That's when
Yeah,
my
it's fun
problems
for
start.
like 2
I
days,
don't,
2 days
yeah,
tops, you know?
I don't
Yeah.
want to have to like drive in it. Like, I'm not afraid to drive in it. I just don't like doing it. It's just annoying. I don't want to go out and be cold because it gets so cold. It's like -20 in Iowa sometimes in the winter. It's miserable. Like,
Oh,
oh
I
man,
hate
I don't want to have to shovel my sidewalk. That sucks. Like, I used to live in a house where it like was on the corner here, so it like went around. You had to do both sides, and I was like, "This is some bullshit."
Yeah. Ugh.
Like,
I
That's
think
why I live in Texas. That's why I stick to the South because I'm not.
we had one winter of -20 here in Indy, but
mm.
other since then everything's been on the up and up. So it's exciting, but I'm ready to go myself because yeah. But
It is
it's
like
all
a
good.
nice hoodie temperature now, though. I will say like hoodie season is here, and I like a good hoodie. Yeah.
I like me a good hoodie out here.
Not
You
yet.
got
It's
all the
almost.
way.
Maybe soon here. I could put a hoodie on. Maybe. Hopefully.
Oh man, my favorite's like it gets really hot during the afternoons here still though. So like, but it's chilly in the morning, so I've kind of like fallen into this habit of I wear like my gym shorts and then sweatpants over them, and
Yeah, so
then
you can
like
just
my hoodie.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, and just
Mm,
shed layers.
exactly.
Um,
Perfect. Yeah.
I
yeah, because
mean,
I try to like. I know it's gonna get too cold to do it soon, but I really like to do my cardio outside, like on the blacktop parking lot,
Hmm.
which I know is very, very hot and very psychotic, but I feel like it really prepares you well for wrestling
Hmm.
because most of the places you wrestle are going to be hot and miserable. And if you can just get used to that environment and push through it, like, I don't know, or maybe I'm just crazy. I can't figure it out. I rode for like 45 minutes today out there on that blacktop. I was killing it.
she's not wrestling shows. I don't understand. Like,
How'd it get so hot in there?
no, I understand how it gets so hot in there, but I don't want to pay money to come to a hot show.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And
like
then,
me as a wrestler, like it's my job to get it done regardless of the temperature in the building. Like that shouldn't affect
Hmm.
my performance. I need to suck it the fuck up and I need to go wrestle and kick ass. Like I can't be a
Yeah.
little bitch, you know? But when you're a fan, it's like that's not enjoyable for the fans to sit in that type of environment. And I get that like we can't always control that, but I would really like if promoters like didn't not for me, right? Like it's neither here nor there for me, but would consider the fans that are attending their events and be like, "Hey, maybe
Hmm.
these people don't want to sit here in 85 degrees and be really really hot for 2 hours." Like
Yeah.
cuz that's not fun. I just and I get like the venues are very different. All venues are sporadic. Not every venue has everything in independent wrestling. And it's very easy to sit here and be like, well, if I were a promoter, right? Because I don't know anything about what that world is like. I know
Yeah.
what goes into a show, but I don't know how to promote a show. But I would definitely want my fans to be comfortable at the show, right?
yeah,
Like I would want them like temperature wise to be comfortable. Also knowing that once like 100, 200 people get inside a building, it's going to be a lot
The
more
body.
toasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, it's not a wrestler thing. Like I can wrestle in the cold, I can wrestle in the heat. Like to me, I try to condition myself through my training for any element, but if I were a fan, I would absolutely not be paying $60 a ticket to sit in a hot ass venue. Like I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Dollar
that's
Tree has
not
many
me.
fans. Like $1.25 cannot be that, you know.
I experienced that too. I went to a show and they was like, "Yeah, they got air in there." I'm like, "All right, cool." It was about a 2 hour trip. I get inside, no air. I'm drenched after the first match to the point
You
I'm
can't
like,
even enjoy the show when you're that
Mhm.
hot as a fan, I would imagine. Like I wouldn't be able to focus on what's going on. I'd
"Yeah."
just be
Mhm.
sitting there like, okay, I'm hot. I want to leave and go home.
And I
Yeah.
told them, I was like, "Yo, I know I drove out here, but I really am gonna leave because I'm in here uncomfortable and I feel better in my car than what y'all doing." "Oh,
Hmm.
we're gonna work on the air." No, you're not. You don't have any air. So, please just take that in consideration because if we paying, we don't want to be hot too.
I
Um,
wrestled at a brewery show. It was 104 degrees outside when I wrestled. But like it was like it sucked for us as wrestlers, but they actually where the fans were sitting, it was covered and like they had like shade, and it was an outdoor show, so you knew it was going to be hot anyways if you were going outdoor show in August, right? But it's like when it's an indoor show and it's like that is when I'm like, okay guys, come on now, that's a lot to
Yeah.
ask of the fans. That's a little much. I mean, I feel bad for the fans when it's that toasty inside.
So,
But it's also like, as a wrestler, like, you need to get used to that, because you can't just not have your match because you're hot. You can't just stop, like, give up halfway through your match because you're hot. It's like, you need to get shit done. Like, no one cares that you're hot. Deal with it. Like,
facts.
I don't know.
Uh-oh,
You gotta learn. You gotta train for the elements, baby. You
training
don't think
for
it's gonna be hot? You don't think it's gonna be hot if you're signed and you're in that ring in a huge arena in United Center and there's all those lights beating down on you? Like, you're gonna be hot as shit. You better train for it now. Or what if you have to go do the show in Saudi Arabia? Like, let's say you're signed for WWE and you got to go do that show in Saudi Arabia. Like, that's gonna be nuts.
What are
Like,
you gonna say? No, sorry.
Oh no, sorry, it don't work for me, brother. I don't like the heat. They're gonna be like, fuck
That's
you,
what
get
you're
out
gonna
there
do,
and
Trey?
wrestle. Oh yeah.
She just brought up something. She said WWE, so got to ask. Recently, a list came out, and your trainer's number one in the world. Number one.
Sure
in the world.
is.
How you feel about that?
I think it's great. I love to see that, because there was so much I felt like was happening for him during like the pandemic years, right? Like, trying to rebuild some momentum off of a couple of feuds that maybe didn't pan out as he had planned, like obviously starting a family, like you're still coaching wrestling school, and it's like trying to like remount that momentum. And just, I can see the amount of work that he's put in that gym, and like that he's been so focused and he's been working so hard. So to like see that and like see it pay off is just, I'm so happy for him. He's really just an excellent coach and just a wonderful human. So you love to see good things happen for good people, especially when they've worked extremely, extremely hard for them.
Shout out to Seth Rollins.
Yes.
Always.
Yes, congratulations.
Good brother.
Number one, yes.
3 times, right? Tied with John Cena, right? I think John Cena is the only other person to rank 3 times.
Ooh.
I don't know.
He said, wait a second.
I have to look into
Is this a trivia?
Is this a trivia?
It might be trivia. I truthfully do not know.
I kind of had a feeling that it was either going to be him or Gunther this year would have been my other pick if it weren't him, because he had like the most consistent evaluation period holding that championship and defending it, and like having some really great matches along the way. And I know it's kind of like weird that someone who has not held a world title would take the PWI 500 top spot, but I was like, I could have seen Gunther doing it this year. That was my second pick. So yeah, just like my little perspective, I suppose, on that. I love the PWI 500. I used to love to read it as a kid. I used to get so excited when it would come out. Like, the year I made the list, I was over the moon. I was like, this is like literally the coolest thing ever. Because I remember reading the almanac, like all of it. I just was like obsessed with consuming wrestling content when I was a child. Like, so it's really cool. I still get excited for it every year. It's like Christmas, whether I'm on the list or not. Like, I get excited for my friends that have made the list. I do not believe this year with my injury that I had enough matches to qualify to be on the list. So that's more than fair. But I just love seeing like people that I know that have worked really hard, like, get their flowers. Like Manders has made the list the last 4 years, and he's a fellow Black and Brave student. And I know he's always out there grinding, hustling, putting the miles on his car, having these crazy good matches. Like, so you love to see stuff like that too, right? Just people getting recognized for the effort that they've been putting in over the past year.
Way too early prediction. Where are you gonna rank at on the list next year, Kaia? Because I'm saying you're going to be on the list next year. So
that is a goal of mine, to make that list next year. I didn't think it would be possible this year, like I said, with the delay in my comeback and just not being able to meet the. I don't think I met the evaluation qualifications, which is fine. I want to be on that list. I want to be ranked number 1. I think that would be good to come back, and like it would be a good marker for picking up the momentum that I had left when I was injured. I really just try to set a goal for myself to rank higher than my previous ranking, which was 499. So I think that's a very attainable goal for me.
The only
Because
way is up
You
from
got
there.
that. You got it.
yeah, it's to me it's upward. It's all about upward progress. Like any progress is progress and all progress is good. Even if your progress is inching at times, you're not regressing. You're not going backwards, right? So anytime that you come out on the end of something better than when you entered or better than your previous year, like you're doing shit right, you know?
Mhm.
It's just sometimes like you got to trust the process, you got to see stuff through. You got to like roll with the punches, take the good with the bad and like really be able to recognize growth when it occurs, even if it's slow. One of the things I did in my time off was like I felt like I never gave myself enough credit for what I did in the short period of time I was an active wrestler prior to my injury. So I went back and I watched all my matches from start to finish. Because when you're in the sauce, like it's hard to see what's going on sometimes, right? Like you get a little bit
Yeah.
like mixed up. Or I often say it's like a pointillism painting, where it's like when you are standing very close to it, you just see a bunch of fucking dots, and then you
Yeah.
step
Then
back
we
and you're like,
got.
shit,
Mhm.
there's a picnic basket and a
Yeah.
tree and a
There's a
boat,
whole
you know?
lady. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did it, and I'm glad I did that because I was able to see like where I started and where I was, and I could actually see my growth. And honestly, even from when I came back in May to like the matches I've had recently, I feel like I've had so much growth. And as long as that growth is still occurring and I'm still making progress and moving upward, I'm in the clear, man. I'm in the clear. So always be focused on getting to your next place, right? Like it's the process, not the results so much, right? Like you got to really trust the process, be involved in the process and like be present. Like the result is what it is. You know, the end game for all of us is main eventing WrestleMania, I suppose, right? That's probably not going to change if that's the end game. But that journey to that, like the process that you must go through to get yourself in the position for what the result will be, is where you really have growth and where you really have good experiences.
Oh snap!
I like that.
So it's because you said you came back in May.
I
So
did.
the last time I talked to you, you had came back and got re-injured.
Yeah. Yeah. I I did. I
Ah,
had a little minor setback in January,
yeah.
and I underwent some stem cell treatment in my shoulder that has made a
Mhm.
huge difference in the past couple of months in my recovery. So
Mhm.
I was kind of put in a position where it was like, okay, I could have surgery again, but it's not a guaranteed fix, and I'm gonna have to have more time off. And then I was like, I can do this, and I'm still gonna have to take a little bit of time off, but it's less time, and I just need to fucking be patient and do it. You know, sometimes you just gotta tell yourself, like, be patient. It's okay. So I decided to try that, and it's worked out very well for me. But I did have to be patient, and I did have to like let everything kind of settle into my body, start doing the work it needed to do, and then do what I needed to do from a rehab physical therapy perspective along the way to get it where it needed to be.
Mm.
Okay. I was like, "Who?" Okay, I remember. I remember now because when I saw it, I was like, "I know you fucking lying. You not her." He was like, a little setback, but I was like, "Okay." Well, we here, we good now.
We hear me good.
We here, we good. The last two questions. So
Yeah,
we
of
actually
course.
here.
I talk a lot too, so I probably like took up a lot of unnecessary time running my mouth. I'm very
No, I loved
self-aware that
it.
I
What are
do
you
not
talking
know
about?
when to
Love
shut
it.
the fuck up. So
We're good. First question: storytelling. Who do you believe are like two of the top two storytellers right now in their business?
oh, right now?
Right
Like
now.
right now? Oh man. You know, honestly, I might be a little biased in saying this, but I'm going to say I have really enjoyed seeing Seth as the babyface world champion because a lot of times it's fucking boring. No
Yeah.
one cares if a babyface is champion, but
Hmm.
he has managed to have really intriguing like deep feuds with like Finn and Shinsuke that, you know, the babyface is in peril and there's that seed of doubt as to whether or not he's going to pull it off. And I feel like that has been such a good story to tell, is like putting the babyface in peril. Like so you
Hmm.
think that, oh wait, shit, he might not pull it off this time. And I love that approach because obviously when you're a bad guy and you're a champion, the game is like avoiding the match for as long as possible, right? Like
Hmm.
finding every way to cheat, every way to get out of it, every reason you can't do it, whatever. But when you're the good guy, it's like, how do you make that story compelling, and how do you add layers to that story? And I feel like both matches with Finn and Shinsuke had so many layers that they were able to touch on that it was really cool storytelling. And you just don't see that often. You don't usually see a babyface champion have a very compelling story. So that would be my answer to that as far as like the most recent thing, right? I just love the good old-fashioned story of the babyface overcoming adversity, and it's being told so well in this instance.
Oh, you're good. I like Seth. Second thing, I'm gonna do it in our put yourself over spot. So let's go ahead and make you big on the screen.
Oh, okay.
Guy, let's call this our put yourself over moment. This is where you tell them your social media things you got coming up since you're in the Midwest, ways they can support you. We just want you to put yourself over, and also let the people know, is there anybody that you're looking to face while you're in the Midwest right now?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, you can follow me on all social media platforms at Kaia MCK. There it is, right on the screen. That's me. All platforms, Twitter, or I guess X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all right there. I have a merch store, KaiaMcKenna.BigCartel.com, and I'm just getting ready to launch a bunch of new merch. I have the Dancing Zombie Jackalope shirts that I just released today. I have a long sleeve shirt that will be up later on this month and for spooky season. New stickers, new 8x10s. I'm going to maybe get some new pins up there. I'm really excited about it because I didn't have new merch while I was out injured. So all the merch now. Let's go.
Yes, and it's Halloween soon.
Yes, and my next match, I believe, is on October 7th at Capital Championship Wrestling against Paris Von Dale. You should check that out on Title Match Network because I will be executing a very hefty dose of karma, and it is guaranteed to be really badass. Yeah, and then like as October gets closer, I will post all of my upcoming dates and all of my appearances on my social media in a pinned tweet, so you can just check my schedule there. That seems to be the best way to let everybody know where I'm going to be because I'm all over.
Paris Van Dale, run.
Yeah, she better. I'm mad.
Promo.
I'm mad as hell. You know, honestly, like I get dodging me, but like now I've had all this extra time to sit around and get super pissed about it, so it might have actually not been in her favor to dodge me.
October 7th is going down. CCW Title Match Network. Sign up. You get 2 weeks for free, and then after that it's $9.99. Thanks, Title Match. I'm sorry, Title Match.
We love Title Match. We love Title Match and what they do for women's wrestling in this business, honestly, because there aren't many other platforms that showcase women's wrestling in the way that Title Match does. So 10 out of 10. Love me some Title Match.
Dora, before we go, do you got any final questions?
I have one. Do you have a favorite spell that you've put on one of the wrestlers? Because I know you sometimes do spells. Is there like a favorite spell of yours that you put on any wrestler?
I don't know if it's a spell that I've put on a wrestler, but it's one that I use all the fucking time to expel negative energy. And I can't remember if I've told Trey about this one or not, but it's really great. And anybody can do it. It's very practical. You might know where this is going. Maybe. I call it the flush away spell, right? And if you have somebody in your life who is just negative, dragging you down, bogging you down with negative energy, being a piece of shit, like they got to get flushed, right? That's what you do with pieces of shit. You flush them. So you go to the bathroom, you take a roll of toilet paper, you wrap it around your hand, you know, and you take a pen and you write the person's name on the toilet paper that's giving you shit, or whatever's bothering you, like whatever your fears are. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It can be like, I have anxiety about blank, or, you know, I have a fear of getting re-injured in my match, whatever it is, right? Whatever the negative thought is or negative person. You write that on the toilet paper, you do your business, you use the toilet paper for its intended purpose, and then you flush it down the toilet. Bye. Later, bitch. Say, so. Not my problem. And it actually goes back to, like, this is a very modern incantation of this spell. It goes back to Celtic witches and indigenous witches who would use animal chips to curse people. So that's where it comes from. It has like actual witchy roots per se. This is just a very like practical on the go way to do the spell.
I didn't
Spell is
think you
well
were gonna say to
intentioned.
use it. I thought you were just gonna say to flush it, like let it flush in the toilet.
Yeah, like wipe your ass and flush it. Goodbye. Like,
That makes sense. That actually makes sense. Okay.
you know, magic is not the materia surrounding the situation, right? Like it's not what crystals you have, what herbs you procure. It's not how many candles you light. Like it's all like symbolism and its intention. So like you don't actually need any of that to do magic if you can really focus and set your intention very strong, right?
Mhm.
So it's just intention. Like it's literally the toilet paper is and the flush is symbolic of just removing the person from the situation, right? Like it's serving as a conduit for that. So yeah, it's like it's all up here. It's all like where you can focus your mind and how you can direct energy to give you the best possible outcome.
I love that. Thank you, because I'm gonna use that just so you know.
Yeah.
You did tell me that a song off of that, you know. It's crazy. I boo boo, I do, I shit on them.
Yeah. Yeah. Take that. I think that's my favorite spell. I really think it's my favorite spell because it's just so practical and like it applies to numerous situations. Like, you know.
All type of situations. She gave you one spell. That's all you get, guys.
Anybody
right?
can do it.
Kaia, McKenna. Last time we had her on, y'all made it big podcast listing. I wasn't expecting it because I was like, don't nobody listen to us. But y'all did a lot of listens to it. Do this for this one too. Make sure you follow her on all social media. Catch her at a show if you're in the area. She's gonna be at a show somewhere.
Yeah.
You see her out, say hi, have fun. She's not a mean person. She's not a scary person.
Unless you're wrestling me, then I'm your worst nightmare.
If you wrestle her, she's gonna beat you up. But if you say something out of line, she might beat you up too because she be in the gym. I'm just saying.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not that jacked. It's not the
okay,
size of
friend,
the
your
dog
muscles.
at the
Don't let
fight.
me
It's
tell
the
you
size
you
of the fight and the dog.
Kaia, we see you out here.
You got muscles, friend. Don't worry.
Out here, you said a full year of legs. You know what I'm saying? The way you be.
Yeah, I definitely killed somebody with my ass in a match 2 weeks ago. It was great. She hit like this soft little fluffy hip attack on me, and I was like, I got 4 times the amount of ass as you, so you better hold on. Because I returned that tenfold.
See, y'all hear it?
Yeah.
You want to play hip attack? I can play hip attack.
Hip attack. Yeah, I don't know. Some of the hip attacks I be seeing when the people get hit and how they necks be going. I be like,
Oh yeah.
But make sure y'all follow Kaia McKenna. Video comes with it. Y'all know how we do. I don't think she got a video last time, but this time she definitely has a video coming. Fedora in the bottom. She loves to explore. I'm Trey D. And like I always say, if I love Kaia McKenna and you love Kaia McKenna, then we love Kaia McKenna. That's 2 Street. For the culture. Ooh.
Here we go.
That's a cool outro to do for everybody now. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
How many women got?
Wrestling, and you love wrestling, then we. You're not here, you missing out. Is this show?